Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Lost. This is the 7th episode of the 5th season. Hopefully guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, this is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. So last episode was really interesting because it was everybody returning to the island. Now everybody's not in the same timeline, you know what I mean? Like, we have seen them all actually arrive here, but we actually haven't seen some of them and where they've actually gone to. So, you know, all last episode is basically the build up and how they was getting to the island, and you know, we had the explanation of why Faraday's mother is a key bit to this. She obviously knows where the island is, and she explained that basically, you know, all these people, the Dharma Initiative, all the people studying the island, they want it because it's basically a hotspot. It's basically a place, just like Rose was saying when she was saying that she was killed pretty much, and basically the island, it done something to her. We know that it's true. The island is some sort of special place, and it is one of the limited few places around the world that obviously has these sort of areas. But the thing is with this island is it's unpredictable, and every time somebody tries to find it, it's not there. And the reason is, she said, it is constantly moving. Now we see the pendulum, it was down and it was marking the floor. It kept going in zigzags like this, and basically she was saying that people should have stopped looking for the island and started to look where the island is going to, pretty much. And that's what she was saying. She was like, look, after all these calculations, all of the research, I predicted that the island's going to be in this location at a certain time, and there's only one way to get over there. You guys need to make sure you're on this plane at this time and you will be returning. Now I was thinking, what's going to happen here, mate? You know, everybody on the plane, is it going to crash again? What are the odds that lightning strikes twice? You know what I mean? Everybody's going to know that they're on the manifest again. And imagine that, honestly. Imagine it. Imagine like a plane crashed in real life, and obviously you only found 6 survivors out of, you know, hundreds that was on board, and then the same 6 people go missing again on another flight that crash lands. It'd be crazy, wouldn't it? The interesting thing is, we had Frank. He was flying the plane. Hurley was on it. Saeed, he was being transported just like Kate kind of was with an air marshal. You know, they had to make it kind of as basically as similar as possible to the last one. Jack had to basically get one of his dad's possessions and transport Locke dressed in them. It's kind of like, obviously his dad was in the coffin that time, and then obviously like Kate was on the plane as well. Hurley and Ben this time though, he wasn't on the last one. And as they flew over some as well, as he flew over the island, it seemed like it hit the light, and basically when he woke up, Hurley was in a lake, Jack was in the woods. He ran, dived down, picked Hurley up, swam to the side, and it was there on the rocks as well. Now, the interesting thing is, I believe that Hurley was flying with a Charlie guitar. You know, it's kind of resembling Charlie there in the flight last time. I thought that was pretty decent. It's not been mentioned, but that's my insinuation of what's actually happened. And they've actually been pulled up on by somebody in a Dharma vehicle, which looks in peak condition, which I'm expecting is going to be back in the 80s, 90s, whatever it was. And the person come out and pulled a gun to him, and it was Jin. Very interesting. He's in the full suit. I don't know what he's doing, but I can't wait to find out. Don't know where, obviously, Ben's gone and where Sun's gone. You know what I mean? They've definitely gone to a different part of the island / location time zone than these guys. And, you know, I can't wait to find out what's going on for the rest of the season. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you did, please smash the like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode. This guy was on the plane. I said that he might be in the show now because it was random that he was sat next to him after Hurley bought all the seats.
We found someone. A man. We're scouting just south of here, and he was just standing in the water.
What did this man have to say?
You can ask him yourself.
Well, a man in a suit, it makes you think of Jack, doesn't it? But are these on the same island?
My name is Caesar.
Sounds like John.
My name is John Locke.
It did sound like John. I don't even know what island this is and what timeline.
We found the trees. They're pretty good.
Much obliged. Are those your boats?
They're already here. There used to be 3, but the pilot and some woman took one.
You have a passenger list?
We'll have to talk to Caesar.
He's loving it. Look at that.
I think this is the best mango I've ever eaten. I think this suit is what they were going to bury me in.
Oh, right. Is that plane then? It did crash.
I remember dying.
She the air marshal that was moving Saeed. Right, so that plane actually has crashed then. Oh, before we went straight loud there. You know, I wonder if we're going to go back to Locke before, obviously, and then go back. But yeah, like, it looks like potentially that plane did crash. I just thought it might go over the island, you know what I mean? And it pinged up and then it just extracted them off it. Because we've seen that before, haven't we? We've seen them, like, kind of move locations when the flash hits. But that one's interesting. If it sent all them down the track, I knew that Caesar guy, obviously, was on the plane yesterday. I said it was a bit, not weird, but like he commented something to Jack in the airport, and then when Hurley was supposed to buy all the section, he was randomly there. Do you know what I mean? He had a seat himself, so I was like, what's happening? And now obviously he's here again. Yeah, he didn't even find out, did he? We was told whoever moves the island can't go back yet. He is clearly back.
If anybody is there, can you help me?
Literally though, like, he would not be able to go anywhere unless someone finds him. His leg is literally too bad.
Where is this? Where are we?
I think it's gonna be someone that he knows. Oh, it's this guy. They make the pain scenes look good on this show. Look at that. It like proper makes you believe he's really in pain.
You had a compound fracture. The doctors here did their best, but I had a specialist flown in to reset your leg properly. I met you when I was 17. Now, all these years later, here we are.
Who are you?
My name is Charles Whitmore. How long has it been for you since we first met?
4 days. The camera in the desert, that was yours. How did you know I'd be there?
He knows it's a
That's the
hotspot.
exit.
Yeah, he knows that's a place.
I was their leader. We protected the island, peacefully, for more than 3 decades. I was exiled by him. All your friends who left the island, they've been back 3 years. They've gone back to their normal lives.
Why would you help me?
You want to go back?
Because there's a war coming, John. If you're not back on the island when that happens, the wrong side is going to win.
Your parents had a sense of humor when they named you, so why can't I? The phone's international. If you need to reach me, just press 23.
You've been watching them?
I'm deeply invested in the future of the island, John.
I wouldn't mention I'm involved in this. I can't imagine what they think of me, having listened to Benjamin's lies.
The island needs you, John. It has for a long time.
What makes you think I'm so special?
Because you are.
Again, that's not good enough, that, is it? Do you know what I mean? I need to know why. You can't just say you are special and just have me accept it.
He'll take you anywhere you need to go. Protect you from whomever intends to do you harm. Mr. Locke?
See, right, with those two, Ben and obviously Charles, I don't actually know who is supposed to be. Well, clearly one of them's lying, but like, I literally don't know who it is. In certain situations, I feel like it's Ben. In other situations, I feel like it's Charles. You know what I mean? Both of them have got their own agenda and goals to get to the island. But it's just like somebody's planted that plane. Somebody, I really do hope we get to the bottom of who actually done it. You know, so far we've been told that it was Charles that's done it. It was his resources, his money, his power, everything. But I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be totally honest. When it was first released to us, I thought it was Ben. I thought Ben was the one that forged all of it. But then obviously seeing more of it and the way the show talked, and then started thinking, all right, it wasn't Ben. He hasn't got this money. It's Charles. But then later on, when Miles asked for the money and asked for 3.2 million, I was like, hang on, Ben might have done it then. Do you know what I mean? Like, where's he got that cash from? And then, do you know what I mean? Now I'm in the who's who? You know what I mean? I'm literally just like weighing like that, side to side all the time, not really knowing. He looks fuming, doesn't he?
Past, you want me to look up for you? The whole world thinks you're dead, Mr. Locke. There must be somebody who'd be happy to see you.
Please don't talk to me.
Dominican Republic. First time I've been here in this show.
Mira, tienes un visitante.
Imagine seeing him there.
For 2 years, I was manipulated into thinking I was protecting everyone on the island.
Who was manipulating you?
Ben,
You know we never should have left the island.
it's only because I left the island that I was finally able to marry the woman I loved.
Where is she now?
She was murdered.
If you change your mind, I'll be staying under the name Jeremy Bentham in LA at the Westerfield Hotel.
And if you change your mind, you're welcome to come back here and do some real good.
He's getting about New York now.
You asked if there was someone you could look up for me. Her name is Helen. Helen Norwood.
So that's Michael Dawson's son, huh?
Yeah.
He was friends with Locke, wasn't he?
Hi, Walt. You don't seem surprised to see me.
I've been having dreams about you.
Oh, here we
on the
go.
island wearing a suit.
Good thing they're just dreams.
It's my dad. Is he back on the island?
Last I heard, your dad was on a freighter near the island. I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Yeah. I'm doing pretty good.
He's been through enough.
That's so for two, Mr. Locke.
Ben. I'm thinking it's Jack. If Jack can convince everybody, that'll be right. Santa Rosa, California now.
Hello, Hugo.
You're not the first person to visit me, you know.
I broke my leg falling down a hole.
Oh, is that how you died?
Oh, here we go.
Hugo, I'm not dead.
Sure you're not.
No, I promise you, I'm very much alive.
Hey, Susie, am I talking to a dude in a wheelchair right now?
Yep.
What are you doing here?
I need you to come back to the island with me.
Wait, what?
And not just you, but everybody who left.
Don't look, but we're being watched.
Don't worry, he's with me.
When I first got locked up in here, he showed up claiming that he worked for Oceanic Air.
Please, just listen to me.
No, I'm not listening to you.
Hugo, please, listen.
I know that, like, obviously he's kind of safe comfort blanket, but he was just free and he was okay on the island. You know what I mean? He didn't seem anything.
The answer is no.
Hey, I don't think you understand.
No, you made yourself perfectly clear. I think about how desperate you were to stay on that island. And then I realized it was all because you didn't love anybody.
I loved someone. Her name was Helen.
What happened?
It just didn't work out. I was angry. I was obsessed.
Look how far you've come.
Yo, his dad put him in that position last time, though.
Did you find her?
Find who?
Helen Norwood, the woman I asked you about.
I'm saying she's died, me. Santa Monica again, California.
What happened to her?
She died of a brain aneurysm.
They could have been together.
Maybe you could have. That wouldn't change anything. She'd still be gone. Helen is where she's supposed to be. Sad as it is, her path led here. I'm just a driver.
I wonder if you don't die on the island if somebody don't kill you. Does that make sense? So that Richard's been alive for so long because no one's actually physically murdered him. You know what I mean? Someone's just murdered him. It's got to be Ben on it. Only explanation. Yeah, that was interesting. You know, it's basically saying, you know, dying, is that inevitable? Like, but and then I was just thinking of the island. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe unless you're attacked, if you live on the island, you're okay. You don't age, you don't die. Well, Ben's obviously grew up, hasn't he? So I don't really know. It's only because I'm focusing kind of in on Richard. You know what I mean? Like, because him, literally, he's not aged a day. He actually hasn't aged a day. And again, with Locke here, we know he actually killed himself. They actually said that he committed suicide, didn't they? A couple of episodes back. So, like, I wonder why he's done that. I wonder if he goes round and speaks to everybody, it doesn't work, nobody wants to come back with him. He's like, that's it, you know what I mean? I failed, and he kills himself. Or he takes the other approach, and he's like, do you know what? I failed, but if I kill myself, it's going to bring everybody back into this location. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully everybody reunites, and that way they're all together again, and I trust the process, you know, fate, destiny, the island, it's what it wants, you know what I mean? All roads lead to here, and obviously it works, because now it looked like the plane from last episode actually did crash land. You know, we've seen the light and all that. I thought it just sat out the plane, but no, it looks like it's landed in the island again. And John's there, so he's alive and it worked. You know, he died. He's back alive. It's interesting.
Jack, how did you find me?
You were in a car accident. You were brought into my hospital.
Jack, the people I left behind need our help. We're supposed to go back.
Because it's our destiny. You being brought into my hospital isn't fate. It's probability.
You don't understand. It wasn't an accident. Somebody is trying to kill me. They don't want me to get back because I'm important.
Maybe there's nothing important about you at all. Maybe you are just a lonely old man.
Your father says hello. It couldn't have been Saeed's father, and it wasn't Hurley's. That leaves you. He said his name was Christian. Didn't look dead to me.
He died in Australia 3 years ago. I put him in the coffin.
You're the only one who can convince the rest of them. You have to help me. You're supposed to help me.
John, it's over.
I mean, he did name drop it, so I mean, Jack surely, like, has got to listen and think a little bit, you know, mull it over. It got me thinking that maybe Jack's dad's alive. Do you know what I mean? Because with Locke, he's alive now, he's on the island, and he went when he was dying, and it could have happened to him. Do you know what? People who kill themselves, it's mad, innit? Like, look at, you like, full on go through the process, like, they know what they're doing as well, like. He's put loads of faith in the island, John, hasn't he? Literally, all of it. Oh, it's Ben.
What are you doing? How did you find me?
I have a man watching Saeed.
What are you doing here?
John, just calm down.
What do you want from me?
Please, let me help.
Answer the question!
I'm trying to protect you.
You shot him. You killed Abaddon.
He did, didn't he? It was obvious that.
Yes, I did. He waited till you showed up so that you could help him get to the island. Charles Widmore is the reason I moved the island. John, you have no idea how important you are.
I'm a failure.
No, John, you're not.
I am. I couldn't get any of them. I couldn't get a single one of them to come back with me.
Jack booked a ticket.
What?
A plane ticket from Los Angeles to Sydney tonight. You can't die. You've got too much work to do.
It's so interesting because obviously he has died.
Come down. You haven't even been to Sun yet. Let's start with her.
No one wanted me to tell her that his body washed up on the beach. He gave me his wedding ring to prove it.
That was intense, that I want it. But I can't believe he goes through that situation again, obviously committing suicide. I wonder if someone actually murders him but makes it look like a suicide.
I don't know exactly where, but it shouldn't be that hard to find. Her name is Eloise Hawking.
Ben kills him. You know what I mean? He can't commit suicide. It wouldn't have worked. The island wouldn't have let him. That's what I'm thinking now. I'm thinking that the island wouldn't have let him kill himself. Michael couldn't kill himself, could he? He tried to shoot himself twice or 3 times. That's really... It's mad, isn't it? It actually is mad. And then he's obviously propped him up to make it look like he's killed himself. I knew that would happen. I literally knew it. I just literally said it a second ago. Maybe someone murders him and makes it look like he's killed himself. And looking back on it, do you know what I mean? Now thinking about it, Michael tried to kill himself a couple of times and it didn't work. And that would probably be the same for Locke. You know what I mean? The island's not done with him yet. And it kind of goes back to what we're saying with the Richard thing and like people not aging on the island. Like, you know, the island won't let you die if unless somebody kills you. You know what I mean? Unless somebody comes and physically murders you like Locke, the island will protect you and you'll be okay. And this is why I've done it. And do you know what? I'm still 50-50. I don't know who to believe. I don't know whose intention is right. Charles Widmore's or obviously Ben's. Both of them in their own stories both want Locke to go to the island. He wanted Ben, everybody to reunite, to get together and obviously go back. You can see it last episode. And Widmore today in the hospital bed, we're saying it again. He wants nothing more than to go back to the island and John to make it and he'll give him all these resources. So right now, I still don't know who to choose.
I'll miss you, John. I really will.
He wanted everybody to go back to the island though, didn't he? He wanted John to succeed with it. Maybe it's because he wants to be the leader.
That symbol belongs to an organization called the Dharma Initiative. I spent more than 100 days on this island. I know a lot.
How long ago did you leave? How did you get back?
To be honest, that part's a bit of a mystery to me.
I was sitting across the aisle from that really big guy with curly hair when the plane started shaking.
He knows everyone's back.
Do you have an idea about what happened?
I think I might know how I came to be here. That would involve me finding my friends. Do you have a passenger list?
Here we go. So some people did get injured coming down.
You know him?
Oh, it's Ben. It's Ben. Very interesting.
Killed me.
That guy, yeah, he's gonna be like, killed you. What are you actually talking about? He doesn't really know. You know, I'm still toss up between Ben and Charles. Me, I don't really know. I mean, if you think about everything that Ben's kind of said, it kind of, I wouldn't say it's the truth, but it fits. You know, basically he was saying, look, mate, I kicked Charles Widmore off the island to protect the island. And like, that kind of, it does kind of fit. I don't know what Widmore was doing before it, but like, that's kind of true. You know what I mean? Like, he was saying that, you know, Widmore was saying Ben was the reason why he was off the island, which is true. He's actually not lying there. And then if you look at, obviously, what Ben's saying as well, Ben's saying that he did kick him off it. So both of them are telling the truth. But both of them were saying they wanted Locke to go back there and everybody, you know what I mean, to return. But then if you look at Ben killed him. And looking at Ben's reaction, I kind of feel like Ben thought he actually killed him. Not just like killed him until he gets to the island and then be resurrected again. I feel like that was the last that he thought he would ever see of him. And that kind of sways me now when I'm saying it out loud. So maybe Widmore. Because everything that he's kind of said also does make sense as well. And my head's just scrambled all over the place, you know, with it all. I still want to know if we're going to tie anything in to Miles asking for 3.2 million. Like, I hope that we don't gloss over it. I say it a few times with different things that happen on the show. You know, we mention stuff here and there, and it fits the storyline for that episode. And, you know, we move forward, and we don't see anything of it. And then, obviously, again, it just moves off into the distance. But now, if you look at today's, it's kind of the first time in a long time that we've had any reference of Walt, and obviously we've seen him. But he started talking about having visions and stuff now. Now, obviously, in the first season, yeah, he started, like, I don't know, weird stuff was happening around him. You know what I mean? He was talking about birds and one at the window or whatever. It's like the others took him and started running tests on him, and he was saying he was special. What was the reason why he was taking all the kids as well? Are we ever going to find that out? Again, that's just one of those other things that I'm saying, like, that I would like answers for. Like, everybody that was taken, where are they? And, you know, are they just living in a normal camp? And why? And why was there a list? Who created it? And, like, why is there good and bad people on there? Why is there worthy people and not? And, you know what I mean? Are we ever going to get that answer? Do you know what I mean? And that's been referenced multiple times, that list. Also, like I said, Walt was having these things. He was having visions. He was appearing on the island. He wasn't on the island. Locke was seeing him. I mean, he told Locke how to get out of the pit after Ben shot him. We've also seen him here today. He actually mentioned that he was having dreams, that he was on an island in a suit. And that's kind of like a future vision, kind of like Desmond when he had them, the flashes or whatnot. And it actually come true because he's there on the island now and he's alive. And, you know, it just makes you think that Jack, his dad, was dead before he got on a plane and he was transported to the island. And now we're seeing him left, right and centre, man. The guy's in it quite a bit, if I'm being totally honest. And now it's like, is he actually alive? Like, I know you could think, oh, that's far-fetched, but I don't put anything far-fetched in these type of shows because loads of mad shit happening. So, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way that you could say, oh, you know, Jack's dad was dead in Australia and he flew to this island and now he's alive. That's, you know, that's not real. It's like, mate, the guy's spinning a wheel in an icy dungeon at the bottom of a cave and ended up in Tunisia. You know what I mean? Like, at what point you just say it's a show and it's part of a story? You know what I mean? So, I would love to know again if he's actually on the island, because Locke is, he come from being dead and now to being alive. It's interesting. Yeah, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So interesting stuff, you know what I mean? We actually got Locke actually, you know, coming off the island and doing his rounds and trying to recruit every single person. Now, it didn't go to plan, did it? Went to Saeed, didn't work. Went to Hurley, didn't work. You know, that's Norton too. Who else did he go to? Yes, he went to see Jack. Well, did it kind of work? I'm not really too sure. He seemed like he did. Ben come and he actually said something like, you know, Jack ended up booking a flight to Australia or something and returned tomorrow. So I'm not really sure how that fits in, to be honest, unless I'm just missing something total there. But it seemed like he got through to Jack. He actually said his dad, Christian, do you know what I mean? Name dropped as well. So then it kind of gives some sort of validity towards what Locke is saying, and it gets Jack thinking. Obviously, went to Kate as well, you know, didn't work. So, you know what I mean? It was like Norton 3, could have been Norton 4, but then technically it could be 3 and 1. Who really knows? You know what I mean? You could 50-50. Jack seems to be the one that kind of got on it. It ended up after being Locke's death, you know what I mean? That he kind of started saying that, because then he was the reason why, oh well, Ben come in, he had engaged in conversation, and then they kind of catalysted themselves, you know, and like steamrolled all the way ahead, so to speak, to the position that they are today. And we didn't really see any of the aftermath of them coming onto the island and what really happened to Jin after he's obviously got them. And we don't really know, well, we actually know what happened to Ben, because he's come and he's not with Sun, who's obviously missing, and so Saeed, you know what I mean? So if you think about it, with the crash landing from yesterday's episode, seems like everybody's actually survived. I didn't know it actually went down, but it did. So lightning does strike twice, and, you know, the missing plane is not going to be found if you go from the history books, because nobody knows where the island is. So in terms of that context, you know, it means that another plane's gone missing. So if you think about it, lightning does strike twice. You know, the same people that was rescued last time are now back on this plane and disappearing again. Mate, the news is going to go absolutely mental for that story, aren't they? Imagine that in real life. Honestly, that is ridiculous. Now again, obviously you see them on the island. You know, Kate, pretty much, she's with Jack and you know, Jack and Hurley, been found by Jin as well. We're not really seeing anything with their storyline, and Sun's missing, and so Saeed. Now obviously Ben is turned up, he's in the hospital bed, and you know, this is the second person that's returned to the island that we've been told that can't return to it before. So I'm really interested to see what we do with this. I don't know if the island rejects him, is always going to try and attack them. You know, basically Ben, when he moved it, he looked distraught. He actually did. He sold it really well, made it believable. Don't know if he was chatting, do you know what I mean? But he made it look like it was true, that the person who moves the island can't go back. He seemed like he was crying when he was doing it, sacrificing it. And basically we did see that Locke survived dead and now alive, and Ben's actually come and he survived the crash as well. Yeah, he's got some injuries, but he's not actually passed away. So I don't really know what we're doing with there. You know, like I was saying a minute ago, we've still got loads of things to tie in. You know, we've got the Christian and Jack's dad storyline going on. I'd really like to know what's happening with, obviously, what is it now, Claire? We've not really seen any of her. What's going on with Jacob? Is he going to be more into it? We need to know what's happening with Richard. Do you know what I mean? Like, and how's Widmore? Why was he on the island leading the people and then disappeared? Can they all remember him? Did they all like him? Is he better than Ben? You know what I mean? That's really interesting. You know, we've got all this stuff of how Locke survived and what's happened with that one. And then, like I said, we still got all these, like, kind of supernatural really stuff going on. Like, what is the monster? Why is it killing people? You know what I mean? Last episode we did get was people going insane for the first time ever. We got the Russo storyline now with the obviously the backstory in the present. That was really good as well. So there's still quite a lot to tie into. Is Ben going to go and kill Penelope, or has he done it? Was it just a threat? Who knows? You know what I mean? It's exciting to see. We're going to 17 episodes this season, 17 episodes next season, so there's still quite a bit to go, and it's exciting. It really, really is. Can't wait to see more. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.